Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Game on Cloud 9 here, and I'm here to bring you guys a new Naruto manga 630 prediction. And finally, after a past month of having these breaks that interlude in between chapters, we will finally be done for probably a while now. I'm pretty sure for the rest of the summer we won't have any more breaks, because usually there's always, like, I'd say maybe about 4 breaks, it seems like, that happen over the course of the year with chapters. You know, obviously the writers do need a time to be able to get rest, spend time with their families, and get a break, of course, away from their manga, because they all work hard usually on their manga. And if you don't know the life of a mangaka, the life of a mangaka isn't the easy life whatsoever. A lot of them get very little sleep. So I can't really complain too much that we have we have had breaks of the big three quite a bit lately, because at the end of the day, the mangaka do work hard, and a lot of us do get this for free, especially online. The chapters that we see come out weekly are for free. Now, before I actually get started on the whole review / prediction part of the video, I need to let you all know something. This will be the last prediction video. After today, you will not be getting any more predictions. Yeah, I know, it's very, very sad. Okay, I'm actually really playing. The truth is, you guys won't be getting a few predictions for, I'd say, about 2 weeks, and the reason for that, and it's actually a good reason, and you guys will be satisfied, and I think actually a lot of you guys will be happy, because this will actually bring a lot more content to my channel after the next few weeks. The reason for this is because I'm going to Japan. Straight up just going to Japan. That's been my dream for my life. I'll probably make a video that's going to come out later on tonight or tomorrow explaining, or maybe going further in depth on what I plan on doing. But it's going to be about Japan, and while I'm there, I'm definitely going to go ahead and film a lot of content for you guys. But anyway, if you guys want to know more about it, then you guys can check out the other video that I'll put out pretty soon, talking about and explaining everything as far as what's going on my channel and what I plan on doing over there. And other than that, let's just get started with this week's chapter. Now, this week's chapter of Naruto, I felt as though it wasn't something that just wowed you, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people were expecting something just amazing since we just got off a break. Golden Week just happened. But, I mean, for me at least, it wasn't that amazing. We have the Ten Tails. Finally, we see the Ten Tails is starting to stand up. It's gearing up. It's gaining more of a human-like form. It had like basically a big mushroom cloud, I think, in the beginning of the chapter that was left over from the big disaster it just caused. All the shinobi are laid out, but they're not dead. And Madara, obviously, he thought that they died. But Naruto, with the last of his chakra and the last of his strength, was able to protect them and shield everybody. But you can see Naruto's worn out. He's pretty much done. Madara, at this point, he's bored out of his mind. We all know Madara. After he's kind of messed up somebody, he's just like, okay, who else can I go mess up? He's like, you're boring. Once it just becomes a little thing where people are just struggling and, he's not even putting any effort, he no longer has any interest, just like what he did with the Fire Kages. Now, that could be seen as good or bad, because you think about, okay, Madara, just quit playing with your food. I mean, really, at this point, you would think you would go for the kill, but obviously, he's more interested in Hashirama. We all know Hashirama, his rival, or some people say that he goes a little other way with Hashirama, but, obviously that's a little joke. But, I mean, the thing is, I'm looking forward, obviously, for Hashirama to get there, because I know that's when Madara is probably going to really start unleashing his true potential, to actually start fighting for real, and that's probably when eventually Madara will meet his demise, although I do think Hashirama will have a rude awakening, the fact that Madara has gotten a lot stronger. Now, to move forward from that point, I did like in this chapter how the Shinobi Alliance, even though they're not strong, even though they're not at Naruto's level, they're stepping their game up. They're trying their best to protect Naruto. Yes, some may say, oh, they've been doing that all along. But in a sense, it's nice to see Naruto that he's worn out right now, because throughout this entire war, Naruto has been pushing to protect everybody, fight for everybody, and Itachi made it a point that your friends are there for you. So, I mean, even though they can't do much, I like seeing the fact of them at least trying to do something. Because, in a way, I mean, if they're able to help Naruto in some shape, way, or form, then it means that what Itachi said wasn't really pointless. They actually are effective. It actually does mean something to protect, to rely on your friends. Because at some point in this fight, I was actually feeling like, man, they're more of a liability to Naruto rather than an assistance. But, right now, they seem like they're starting to do something. I mean, Hinata's even stepping their game up. Sakura's healing Naruto. So things are looking a little better. Also, another panel that's worth noting in this chapter is, of course, the panel with all the tail beasts in it, and then seeing the Sage of Six Paths eyes right behind it. I'm not exactly sure where that was supposed to be going. I don't know if maybe that's symbolizing all the chakra that all the tail beasts put into Naruto's body earlier on in the chapter. So maybe that's hinting that that the chakra is going to start having an effect on his body, and maybe he's going to achieve some new form from that, because the tail beasts did give Naruto some of their chakra, although the one tail, I never recall the one tail ever giving any of his chakra to Naruto, because the one tail wasn't there. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I'm not going to really worry about it. It's not really that big of a deal to me. But, it's still pretty interesting, or you still would like to know like how that ended up happening, or how he ended up having any kind of connection to the One Tail, when the last time the One Tail and Naruto had any kind of, at least connection directly, that was like in part 1 with Gaara. Now, the second half of the chapter, obviously, probably has the most importance this week, I would say, and is the main focus, which has to deal with Obito Kakashi. Obviously, Kakashi goes and tries to strike Obito with his lightning blade, which he's had plenty of chances to do, which I actually thought about like chapters ago, like why the heck he didn't do this. So I'm glad a lot of things Obito actually called out this week. A lot of people had pondered or wondered about. People had wondered, oh, it makes no sense that Obito, went this way, or he's crazy just because of Rin. Why doesn't he just bring Rin back? Obito pretty much clarified in this week's chapter about Kakashi and Rin, and why, like that they aren't the only reason why he's doing all that he's doing. And basically the reason, in short, why he's doing what he's doing is basically because if you look at like the shinobi world, all that the shinobi world has done, the village system, the way that everything is structured, and the things that shinobi have to go through, all of it in a sense just same thing that Nagato says, causes pain, suffering, and there's really no point to it. So pretty much, the world has broken Obito's hope, his dreams. Like, he even stated that, which basically means, he no longer believes in the world around him anymore. He no longer believes that this world is anything to look for. There's anything to look forward to, because pretty much he looks at this world as more or less just evil. In a sense, and I know For Neverworld actually said this, he's lost hope in humanity. He doesn't believe that humanity will pretty much, get any better like Naruto does. Naruto's the exact opposite. Naruto thinks that one day people will come to understand each other, but Obito, obviously doesn't feel that way. And I guess, like Rin in a sense, and Kakashi, even though you can tell he does still care about them in a way. Even though he's in denial, and in a way he kind of denied the whole quote-unquote talk no jutsu this week, because Obito went ahead and stated to Kakashi, what do you think you're going to do, convert me or change me, miraculously? So I like that too, that, Obito's having the twist, because even if Obito does change, which I actually do think he's going to change, I think it'll be interesting in the way it happens. Kakashi even called him out on the fact that, he's looking at Naruto as a younger version of himself, and unconsciously basically trying to seek answers for his younger self to overcome what he is now. And of course, Obito's in denial about that, but we all know at the end of the day that's probably exactly what's true. So, that's probably, in fact, I would say that's many reasons why I actually thought this chapter had some good points in it. The fact that, a lot of things that people have been calling out, or people have been thinking, this makes no sense right here. Why is Obito doing right there? It kind of shows the author knows what they're doing, folks, because, Kishimoto is kind of calling things out left and right that people have complained about, and had Obito stated and kind of clarify on it. So I feel like this chapter served, a pretty big purpose in terms of clarification. And we even found out the purpose as far as seeing how Rin died. Because basically, obviously, if you haven't seen or read the entire chapter, which I definitely suggest you did, because I'm not too sure if I can necessarily give you the full effect by me just talking about it. But basically, Obito, I don't know how he found this out, but Rin ended up, killing herself because, you know, the Mist Village turned her into a Jinchuriki in order to send her back to the Leaf in order to unleash the Three Tails. Kind of like, I guess you could say, what Obito did with the what did with Kushina, except, you know, Obito just wrenched the Nine Tails out of Kushina. Instead, they were going to send Ren back and just have the Three Tails unleash out of her body, thus causing destruction in the Leaf. So that was pretty much the plan. Kakashi ended up catching her, and she knew what the Mist Village was planning, so then he went for Chidori, stabbed her through the body, and that was pretty much the end of the story right there for Ren. And, you know, Obito knows all this. He knows the truth of everything. So, I mean, you know, I'm glad we finally got that explanation. I found it interesting that, you know, Kishimoto did switch it up a little bit and even made it something as unique as Ren becoming a Jinchuriki, something like that, because, I mean, I never even expected that to be, you know, what the purpose was. I mean, we all knew that there was something special about Ren's body as far as what the shinobi stated, but I didn't think it was going to have to do anything with a tail beast, which is probably going to end up linking to when Obito went and became, you know, controlled the Mizukage, the fourth Mizukage, later on down the line. So, yeah, again, this chapter served a lot of different purposes. I like the end, obviously, when he went and, you know, after, you know, Kakashi pulled his hand out and we see this hole in Obito's body, and Obito goes on, of course, to explain the fact that, you know, pretty much he has no heart anymore. He feels no pain. You know, this shinobi world is pretty much the reason why he feels this way. That it's not Kakashi's fault. It's the world's fault. So, I don't know. I mean, this chapter, at the end of the day, it's not like explosively exciting, but it definitely does clarify some things. So I thought as though the chapter served a pretty good purpose. I mean, some people may want to see Hokages. I wanted to see Hokages too, and I know that's why a lot of people probably didn't think this chapter was all that great. But in terms of down the line, I think a lot of us will actually appreciate this chapter more. At least I think I will. I wasn't like super excited about it, but I felt like it was pretty decent. In terms of overall pacing of it, I felt like, you know, the pacing was pretty smooth. I like how the chapter was broken up, two pieces. You know, neither one was too long, and it ended on a pretty decent cliffhanger. It wasn't anything over the top, but at the same time, it's something that's perfect for leading into the next chapter. What I expect to see from here on out from Obito and, of course, Kakashi's fight, I'm thinking that maybe we're going to end up seeing, maybe right after this, like, we're probably going to flash back over to the Alliance, maybe see a little bit more of what's going on with them, you know, as far as the Hokages. I don't think we'll see them maybe for like another few chapters. That's my guess. But I'm thinking we're going to see a little bit more action with the Ten Tails. The Ten Tails seemed like it was beefing up. Maybe the Alliance will have a little bit more resistance, and maybe we'll flash right back over. I'm thinking it's going to have the same structure as this week's chapter, and we may see more of Obito and Kakashi towards the end. Or if it's not like that, I'm thinking it's going to be reversed. I definitely know this is going to be the main focus, and I really don't think we're going to see the Hokages next chapter. Maybe the chapter after, or if they do show up next chapter, it definitely will be the cliffhanger. But, you know, I don't think Kishimoto's in a rush to do the Hokages because he knows we all want to see that. And he's going to try to hang on to that for a while because obviously that's what keeps us reading. Whenever you have something really exciting in a story that you know your fans want to see, you want to be able to try to hold on to that as long as you can so that you can keep people going. So I don't think he's going to go with it right away. But, you know, we'll get it pretty soon. And I know when they come in, it's probably going to be at the last minute and it's going to be pretty epic. So we already see Naruto's kind of already worn out right now, and you know it's pretty much setting up obviously for everybody to show up and save them at, you know, at the last minute, maybe when the Shinobi Alliance is just about to be finished. So maybe when the Ten Tails is charging up some ultra powerful move and it's getting ready to fire at the Alliance, maybe a Tail Beast Bomb, you'll see like Tobirama come out of nowhere, maybe Minato, and send it to another dimension with the Flying Thunder God Jutsu. That's my guess. But as far as the flashback and the whole Kakashi and Obito thing, I mean, Kishimoto can take it either way. I can't even predict how he's going to end up convincing Obito. But I think at some point or another, obviously it's going to happen. I do think Obito did get, striked by the lightning blades. I know some people were thinking that maybe that was a Genjutsu, but no, there's blood there and everything like that. So I'm thinking maybe he just has some type of Zetsu body, or well, we already know he has Zetsu cells in him, but maybe, you know, Spiral Zetsu. If anybody remembers that Spiral Zetsu, maybe it ended up perfectly merging with his body, like merged with it, merged with his whole entire body, where basically they became one being. So maybe that would kind of explain why he can tank something like that, or actually handle something like that without like passing out or dying. Because I found that a little strange too. But other than that, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. And look out for my video as far as Japan goes. I'm going to talk about, of course, what I plan on doing and where my channel is going to be going from here on out. My channel is going through a whole new revision. I mean, I'm about to change my channel up because I know it is not up to par right now. My channel is not right. As far as the rating for this video, I'm going to give it Jonin level. And I hope you guys did enjoy this video with as much rambling on as I did and as much talking as I did. But I wanted to make sure I was as informative and talked as much as the chapter as I could this week, especially since you won't be getting a prediction for like the next 2 weeks. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this. Hope you guys do also subscribe to my channel if you've never watched my channel before and you like my content. And that's it. See you later.